A very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to do the first chapter of our textbook, that is Flamingo, and that is the first poetry we are going to do it, and it's My Mother at 66. It's written by Kamla Das. My Mother at 66, Kamla Das. Before going through the poem, I would like to tell you something about the poet. So the poet is Kamla Das, as you know that, and she is born in the year 1934 to 2009. She was she was born in Malabar, Kerala. She is recognized as one of the India's foremost poets. Her works are known for their originality, versatility, and the indigenous flavor of the soil. She has published many novels and short stories she wrote under the pen name Madhavi Putti. And let us see the introduction of the poem. My Mother at 66 is written by Kamla Das, who is famous for capturing complexities of human relationships. The poem My Mother at 66 is one of the finest examples of the human bonding, especially that of a mother and daughter. It describes the pain and fear of the poet of losing her mother due to harsh reality of life, which is death. Let us come to the poem and its explanation. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. The poetess explains that when she visited her parents' house in Cochin, it was a Friday when she was driving back to airport. Her mother was sitting beside her at the back of the car. The poet looked at her mother, those open mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain. She saw that her mother was sleeping and her mouth was open. She further explains that the color of her mother's face was like that of ash. This means that there was some smoky appearance on her face. She looked like a dead body. Let us see some figures of speech used here in the poem. Assonance. What is assonance? It is here we see the use of vowel sound, that is O, to Cochin last Friday morning. Assonance, use of vowel sound O, A, E. Those open mouth, her face ashen like that of a corpse. Simile. The next figures of speech used here is simile. The color of the color of the mother's face has been compared to that of a corpse. Ashen, use of like her face ashen like that of a corpse. So when we compare two different things with the use of like or as, that is simile. Come to the next lines of the poem. That she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees, sp- trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. The poetess realized that her mother had grown old. She felt pain for her, but soon she tried to get rid of this sad thought by by diverting her thoughts towards the trees outside. The young trees, although stationary, seemed to be running very fast as though they were sprinting. She also saw children running out of their houses into the playground. All these things were full of life and energy, contrary to her mother, who sat next to her. So the poet, the poet was feeling very sad for her mother because she was Look, when she looks at her mother, she could feel that her mother was deteriorating day by day. And there is a contrast between her mother's condition, and when she looks outside of the windows of the car, she can see life outside. The next lines are, but after the airport's security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, wan, pale. The poet continues that when she reached the airport, she finished with the security check and stood a few yards away from her mother. She noticed her mother's aging face, which looked so dull, weak, and pale. Let us see some figure of speech used in the previous lines. We can see consonants there. What is consonance? Consonance is the use of the sound S and T, or the repetition of the consonants. And then we can see some imagery here. What is imagery? When the poet say trees sprinting, merry children spelling, so that creates an image in our mind. Then we can see like another figure of speech, that is repetition. Repeated use of looked. You can see in the previous stanzas the word looked has been repeated there. Let us see the further lines of the poem. As a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear, but all I said was, see you soon, Amma. All I did was smile and smile and smile. Here, the poet compares her mother to a late winter's moon. You can see the comparison. The comparison has been done with the use of as here. The poet compares her mother to a late winter's moon, as the moon in the winters is not shiny, and even her mother's face had also lost her youth and shine, because her mother was grown very old, so there was no shine or no youthfulness on the face of the mother. As her mother was getting older and weak, the poet feels the fear of separation just as she used to feel during her childhood. As you know that the children usually, they always have a fear in their mind of separation from their parents or mothers especially. As a child, she could not bear the pain of separating from her mother. But now, as her mother has grown old and is about to die, the poet feels that maybe this is the last time that she is seeing her mother. She tries to hide her fear. She then says that she would soon see her mother again. This is actually, she was having a fear in her mind, but still she was consoling herself and her mother as well. She says so because she doesn't want to lose her mother. She really loves her mother, and that's what she wanted to express in front of her mother. The figure of speech used here in these lines, you can see repetition was used there. Use of smile, the smile word has been repeated there. And what is the rhyme scheme? The poem does not follow any rhyme or rhythm. It has been written in free verse. There is no rhyming scheme there. It is written in a free verse. And one more figure of speech used here is simile. Mother's face is compared to the late winter's moon. Both are dull and lifeless. Use of as a late winter's moon. Okay. Use of as is with the use of as. Two things are compared here: the mother's face and the late winter's moon. So I hope you have understood the lesson and understood and enjoyed the lesson. Now I would like to give you the homework, and you should do complete all the textual questions. Write down the textbook questions and their answers in your notebook. Stay home, save lives. Thank you.